How many days you can stay outside the UK? Well, you have limited leave to remain in the UK until you get your British passport, or at least until you get your indefinite leave to remain. Well, while you are in the UK, you have left your family back home. You have parents sometime, like COVID situation where you need to stay outside the UK, and the issue is you don't know exactly whether if you stay outside the UK for longer period, whether that will affect your visa in the UK for next extension or ILR application. So this is a question where many people still has confused about it, and many people have different information. I want to clear that how many days you can stay outside the UK, which allowed whether 90 days or 450 days for last 5 years, or 180 days. Well, the starting point is, while you have limited leave to remain in the UK, you shouldn't stay outside the UK more than 180 days. The reason is, when you will apply for indefinite leave to remain, you must satisfy the continuous residence, which is you must not stay outside the UK for more than 180 days during the last qualifying period. So if you are on tier any point-based system, which is 5 year qualifying period, if you are in 10 years route, which is last 10 years qualifying period, which is you must not stay outside the UK more than 180 days. This is called, which is continuous residence. There is another part for ILR, which is a continuous, which is residency requirement, which is you must not outside the UK for which is for last 1 year 90 days. You must not outside the UK last 1 year 90 days, and last 5 years you must not outside the UK altogether 450 days. So this is a separate requirement. This is for indefinite leave to remain, as well as British nationality requirement. This is called residence requirement. However, 180 days, which is you must not absent or you must not stay outside the UK for 180 days within the 12-month period. 12 months start the day you start in the UK, and the next year the same days. So any rule, and its ruling started. So 1 year complete, then another year. So during the last qualifying period, you must not stay outside the UK 180 days within a 12-month period. So this is very important. So many people come here, get married, or they get visa, limited leave to remain. They head back home, either family, children. They don't need to work or make money, so they're not concerned about it. They're interested to get British passport or ILR, and what they get, they just wait for 5 years to apply for indefinite leave to remain, and then after 1 year for British passport. That's what need. And what they did, they come here, get visa, and then they go leave the UK, stay in their own country. Now, if you stay within that period, within 1 year of any 12-month, which is you stay more than 6 months, 180 days, you will not eligible for indefinite leave to remain because of continuous residence. Now, there are some exceptions, which is for anything beyond your control. A pandemic like COVID time, there was some limited exception, which is beyond your control. Natural disaster act of God. So if something happened, which is beyond your control, you can provide evidence and explain the situation where Home Office will make an exception of this requirement. I already explained about the residence requirement for indefinite leave to remain, that is 90 days last 1 year, and last 5 years 450 days. If it is 3 year, then 270 days, where if you get the ILR, and then you can apply for indefinite for nationality next day if you have a British partner. In that case, the Home Office calculate last 3 years, where is 270 days. Now, this is what called continuous residence. Now, continuous residence also another part is, which is Section 3C leave. Even though if you are in the UK, you must have lawful residence. Now, there are certain circumstances where Section 3C leave will cover if your visa expire and if you made an application on time in 28 days before your visa expired, or some circumstance 14 days after your visa expired limit, where you must have a reason why you cannot make application on time. Then you will not be an overstay. You can make an application to the Home Office, and Section 3C will cover your continuous leave to remain until the Home Office make a decision, or if you do appeal, until the decision of the appeal. But Section 3C doesn't cover if you apply for a judicial review, in case if you don't have appeal right, or if you challenge, if the Home Office advise you or write you that you don't have in-country right of appeal, you need to return back to your home country, then you will exercise your appeal. In that case, that's continuous leave to remain or Section 3C leave will come to end at the point Home Office certify that you don't have in-country right of appeal. If you decide to challenge the Home Office refusal by way of judicial review, that will end your also Section 3C leave, continuous leave to remain. Now, what about, many people also a bit confused that Section 3C leave will extend your leave. What about if I have a visa where I made an application, then I appeal, and then I appeal upper tribunal, 2-3 years will take to go to Court of Appeal, and then I'll make, while appeal is pending, so my continuous leave to remain continue by Section 3C or D. So in that case, I'll make another application where I have valid leave to remain under Section 3C. I make another application, journey start another 3 years. Can I continue like this? No, you cannot do like this. Section 3C will extend your leave to remain, your continue appeal stage, whatever court is. However, you will not able to amend your application or make another application for variation of leave while appeal is pending. Only you can do is, while your first application is pending to the Home Office, waiting for decision, or Home Office hasn't made any decision yet, at that point, until the Home Office decide your original application, at that point you can amend your application, you can bury it, you can make another application. Say, for example, you are in the UK, you completed 9 and 8 months, so it's still 9 year and 8 months to complete the 10 years. Unfortunately, you can't reach the 10 years, so you are not eligible for indefinite leave to remain. So what you did, you made an application for private and family life, or any sort of application to extend your visa for 2.5 years. While application is pending 4 months or 6 months or 8 months more, you completed your 10 years. However, Home Office has not made the decision yet. At that point, you can make an indefinite leave to remain application, because the Home Office has not decided your application yet. At that point, under the immigration rules, you can make a variation of leave and apply for ILR. But if the Home Office refuses your application while appeal is pending, that time you can amend, or you can't make a variation of leave application. So this is a brief information about how does continuous leave to remain, continuous residence work, what is the requirement, what is the residence requirement, and a brief idea about Section 3C leave. Thank you very much, all of you.